All right, what is up, guys? First of all, I want to apologize for no videos last week. I'll be honest with y'all, one of my favorite rappers died last week, and it really messed me up. Rest in peace to Six Dogs. He's someone whose music really impacted me, and finding out he killed himself really sucked and made me kind of depressed. I'm doing better now, and I'm ready to pump out these videos. I also apologize for the sad start of this video, but I had to mention them because of how bad it affected me. I've never been the type to really get all worked up over a rapper or celebrity dying, but this one is definitely different. But yeah, I'm gonna have my first list type of video out tomorrow. I've been working on it religiously, to be honest. I just wanted to get this video out today, talking about the whole Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight, because it's a huge topic right now, and it's combat sports related, and that is what my channel is based off. So let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, I'm not gonna sit here and bash Jake Paul like most people want. I don't like the guy. He's annoying and cocky for someone isn't a very good boxer. And I think everybody at this point wants to see him get his ass kicked. That being said, he does have some boxing skill. I mean, he's nothing special, of course, and he's fought a bunch of nobodies who don't know how to fight. His first fight was against Deji, who was another YouTuber, and so far was his hardest fight. It went all the way to the fifth round, and Deji tested him and his cardio. I honestly believe if Deji trained harder, he could have won that fight. Deji really surprised me, and even though he's also not a fighter and just a YouTuber, I'll give Jake one thing: he has consistently gotten better each fight, which is you expect from someone who's training all the time and is rich like him. He can afford the best training partners, and can train at any gym he really wants to. I don't think he's taking this lightly. You can tell he's taking it seriously, and he's not trying to totally make a mockery of the sport. I don't agree with him calling out fighters like McGregor and Ryan Garcia, and he even said he wanted to spar with Dustin Poirier in his interview with Ariel Helwani. But let's be real, those guys would hurt Jake, and he's a clown if he actually believes he would have a chance against them. I don't think he actually does. He's just trying to gain attention and make money, which can we really blame him for that? I certainly don't, and if I was in his shoes, I would do the exact same thing he's doing. He knows how to sell a fight, I'll give him that. Anyways, his second fight was against Nissan Gibb, who is also another YouTuber, and I actually like Gibb. He seems like a nice guy and all, but he didn't belong in there with Jake. He looked so awful, and his weird little crab stance, or whatever we're going to call it, was embarrassing. I got to give Jake the credit where the credit's due. He got the finish in the first round, and even though Gibb isn't a fighter and looked really bad, it was somewhat impressive, and he showed that in that fight he can hurt these guys with his punches. And his last fight was against Nate Robinson, who's a retired basketball player. Nate is a great athlete and still is despite his age. And because of that, it wasn't like the worst matchup for Jake. But man, Nate really looked like he never sparred, let alone ever fought before in that fight. His punches and his defense were laughable, and it was not fun to watch. That being said, Jake looked decent. I mean, as decent as you can against that type of opponent. Say what you want about him, he does have pop to his punches. I mean, he knocked Nate out cold. It was brutal, and there's a reason it went so viral. Jake has decent fundamentals when it comes to boxing, and he is fast, and you can tell he has power. Even in his little sparring clips that he posts, you can tell he does hurt these fighters when he hits them. He's still not a good boxer, don't get me wrong, but he's only going to get better, and I am interested to see how far he actually takes his boxing career. Now let's talk about his opponent, Ben Askren, who I actually really, really, really like. I've been a fan of Ben even before he was in the UFC. He's a really cool guy, he's funny as hell, and his trash talk is some of the best in the business. He's also an elite wrestler and tough as nails to top it all off. His striking, on the other hand, is not good at all. He's slow, he's sloppy, he doesn't really have power to his strikes, and he's literally a meme when it comes to his striking. Just look up Ben Askren striking, and you'll see what I mean. I think he could train for a whole year, and I still don't think he would have impressive striking. What he does have going for him in this fight is his chin. Yeah, he did get knocked out by Jorge Masvidal in 5 seconds, but everyone would have been knocked out by that flying knee, man. Other than that, the man really doesn't get hurt. He can eat strikes. He got rocked by Robbie Lawler, who, he hits like a truck, and he did survive it. And even if you think that fight shouldn't have been stopped because of the weird choke or whatever, he still survived the punishment and was coming back in it, and he took Robbie down. He wasn't out of that fight either way, and who knows what would have happened. I just don't think Jake will be able to knock Askren out as easy as he thinks. However, and this kills me to say, I do think Jake's boxing is better. He looks more comfortable on the feet, he's definitely faster than Ben, and he has more pop on his punches than Ben. I think what this fight's going to come down to is Jake's cardio, because again, he's not going to be to get Ben out of there early. I just don't see it. And if he does get the stoppage, it'll be in the later rounds where Ben actually predicts he will win. I think Ben is banking on eating Jake's shots until he gasses out and then pummel him from there. I also don't think Ben is going to knock Jake out cold or anything. Have to be an accumulation of punches. I think that's his clear path to victory, and there is a huge chance it happens. I mean, Jake isn't some elite boxer. He's not even a fighter. He's a YouTuber, for fuck's sake. He's not going to go out there and start Ben Askren early, and even if he does, we have to respect that. I don't care if Ben Askren isn't a good striker. He's a real fighter who was a champion in a major MMA organization, which Jake hasn't fought anybody like that yet. Did Jake pick Ben Askren because thinks he's an easy fight? Absolutely. Did Jake pick Ben because he's a wrestler with bad striking? Absolutely. But do I think this will just be a walk in the park for him? Hell no. My initial pick was I think Jake will outstrike Ben and either get a late finish or win on points. But man, I don't know. The more I think about it, I can totally see Ben weathering an early storm and also winning on points or even beating up Jake bad enough to where they stop it. Deji in their fight hit Jake a ton. And I just don't know how he's going to react when he's exhausted, can't breathe, and he's getting hit over and over again. He might just say, screw this, I have enough money, and quit. So I am going to leave my final prediction until it gets closer to the fight, and I'll make a prediction video on it and the whole undercard. My early prediction right now is for Ben. I just don't think Jake will have the cardio for 8 rounds. If he doesn't get Ben out of there in the first few rounds, he's in trouble, in my opinion. Ben is an elite wrestler and has been fighting for a long time. Cardio is not going to be a problem for him. I don't think he's going to get tired in there. Either way, I'm sort of interested for this fight. I mean, it's not a high-level boxing fight at all, and I don't think anyone believes it is. It's basically a celebrity boxing fight between a YouTuber and a retired wrestler/MMA fighter. Jake Paul's making tons of money fighting these guys, so even if he loses, it's a win for him. I don't like the guy at all, but I mean, I respect him and his brother's hustle. They know how to market themselves and make money, so good for them. Anyways, I just wanted to talk briefly about this fight. Comment below who you think's going to win and why. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel with notifications on. I will have another video up tomorrow, and then my prediction video for Saturday's UFC card will be up Friday. I really appreciate it if you guys took the time to watch this whole video. And until next time, see y'all.